Embark on a journey through time's hidden alleys, where the peculiar and the profound intertwine, revealing professions so bizarre they blur the line between myth and reality. Let's unveil the curtains of history to explore the most curious jobs that once defined daily life, yet now linger only as whispers from the past.
Welcome to Path to Facts, where mysteries are solved and wonders are revealed. Today we'll delve into a world that's right under our noses, yet still full of surprises.
One knocker-up. In the dimly lit streets of 19th and early 20th century Britain and Ireland, before dawn broke and the factories of the Industrial Revolution roared to life, the knocker-up played a vital role. Used primarily in urban areas where the working class needed to rise before the sun, these human alarm clocks used sticks, soft hammers, or even pea shooters to rouse their customers from sleep. The precision and reliability of these early risers was crucial in an era without reliable alarm clocks, ensuring that workers arrived on time and the wheels of industry kept turning. Their presence was a testament to the ingenuity of an era that navigated the complexities of industrial timekeeping and the personal touch in the professional sphere before the dominance of technology. 2. Whipping boy. The concept of the whipping boy is a curious footnote in the annals of European monarchy, particularly in the 16th and 17th centuries. Chosen as a companion to young princes, the whipping boy carried a heavy burden. At a time when royal blood was considered too sacred to be corporally punished by anyone other than the king, a figure often absent due to the demands of governance, the whipping boy was punished in the prince's stead. This practice was based on the theory that the prince and his whipping boy would develop such a close bond that seeing his companion punished would serve as a sufficient deterrent. Beyond its immediate cruelty, the institution of the whipping boy speaks volumes about the social hierarchies and peculiar moral and educational philosophies of the time. 3. Groom of the Stool. Serving as Groom of the Stool was one of the most intimate and politically significant positions within the English royal court from the 15th to the 18th century. Far from being a menial task, tending to the king's personal toilet needs was a role steeped in power, privilege, and politics. The Groom of the Stool was privy to the most private aspects of the monarch's life, often performing secretarial duties and offering advice when the king was indisposed. This unique position provided an unprecedented level of access to the monarch, making the Groom of the Stool one of the most trusted and influential advisors in the royal household. The evolution of this role reflects the complex interplay between personal service and political power within the fabric of royal life. 4. Sin Eater. The role of the Sin Eater is one of the most macabre and fascinating occupations of historic England and Wales, persisting into the 19th century. Rooted in ancient beliefs about sin, death, and the afterlife, Sin Eaters performed a ritual meal over or near the corpse of the deceased, symbolically consuming their sins to ensure the soul's peaceful passage into the afterlife. This practice, driven by a deep-seated fear of the unknown and a desire for redemption, highlights the intersection of spirituality, superstition, and social ostracism. Sin eaters, often from the margins of society, bore the burden of communal sins and lived a paradoxical existence marked by both their critical role in spiritual rites and their marginalization from the communities they served. 5. Plague Doctor. The image of the plague doctor, clad in a beaked mask and cloak, has become an iconic symbol of the devastation wrought by the bubonic plague across Europe. These physicians were often hired by cities during outbreaks in the 14th through 17th centuries to treat the sick. Their distinctive masks, filled with aromatic substances, were believed to protect them from miasma, the bad air believed to carry the disease. Plague doctors performed a variety of tasks, from treating lesions to registering the dead. But their effectiveness was limited by the era's rudimentary understanding of disease transmission, so their role was as much about managing public fear as providing medical care. The enduring legacy of the plague doctors speaks to the human response to epidemics and the symbols we create to cope with fear and disease. 6. Herb Strewer. In the opulent yet smelly courts of 16th to 18th century England, the role of the herb strewer was a testament to the era's struggle with scent and hygiene. Tasked with spreading herbs and flowers throughout the royal palaces, their work was not only aesthetic, but also a crucial element in combating the stench of the poorly sanitized environments of the time. Beyond their practical duties, herbalists played a symbolic role, embodying the fragility of nobility amidst the ever-present threat of disease. This profession underscores the historical intersections of beauty, health, and the human desire to create pockets of fragrant sanctuary within the malodorous realities of the past. 7. Mudlark. The profession of mudlarking in Victorian England paints a vivid picture of the social stratification of the era and the desperate measures to which the impoverished resorted. Scouring the muddy banks of the Thames at low tide, mudlarks search for anything of value: coal, rope, bones, even remnants of London's trade in domestic waste to sell. The dangerous nature of the work, combined with the minimal rewards, highlights the harsh realities of life for the lower classes in one of the world's wealthiest cities. While mudlarking offers a grim means of survival, it also provides a unique lens through which to view the detritus of urban life and the resilience of those who live on its margins. 8. Resurrectionists. The Resurrectionists, or body snatchers, of 18th and 19th century Britain operated in the shadowy interstice between medical science and moral ambiguity. As the demand for cadavers skyrocketed for anatomical study and medical training, these individuals turned grave robbing into a lucrative, if nefarious, profession. The ethical dilemmas and public horror that accompanied the trade in human bodies underscore the period's tensions between the advancement of medical knowledge and the sanctity of the grave. The legacy of the Resurrectionists, a mixture of Gothic horror and scientific zeal, continues to fascinate as a dark chapter in the history of medicine. 9. Pis Profit. The role of the Pis Profit in 17th and 19th century Europe was a peculiar intersection of medicine and quackery. Tasked with diagnosing illnesses by examining urine, these practitioners relied on color, clarity, and sediment to make their prognostications, sometimes even resorting to tasting. This practice, known as uroscopy, highlights pre-scientific approaches to health and diagnosis, combining intuition with observation in an attempt to understand the workings of the human body. The Pis Profit's place in medical history illustrates the evolving understanding of health and disease and the lengths to which people have gone in search of healing. 10. Toad doctors. Toad doctors in 16th to 18th century England were practitioners of a unique form of folk medicine centered on the supposed healing properties of toads. These healers used toads and toad-based concoctions to treat ailments and ward off evil spirits, drawing on ancient beliefs in the magical and medicinal virtues of animals. The profession of toad doctor reflects a deep human connection to the natural world and an enduring belief in its power to influence health and good fortune. This curious chapter in the history of healing practices reveals the blend of mysticism and medicine that characterized the folk traditions of the time and reveals the complex ways in which societies have sought to harness the healing powers of the natural world. As we wrap up our exploration of history's most unusual jobs, we hope it's piqued your curiosity. If you found these stories fascinating, give us a like, drop a comment with your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe for more intriguing tales. Share this journey with friends who love a deep dive into the past.